Hey guys, how's it going? It's Rachel from Moon Mystic Cottage, and we're going to call this episode 2 of my small business podcast. And I need to lower my chair. There we go. So, I wanted to have these episodes be more frequent, but life has happened to me over this last month. In the middle of December, I somehow got pneumonia. And I went to the ER, and this is where I personally struggle with anxiety. So my side was hurting me. Couldn't get it to go away because I've had issues in the past with like achiness or like a tight or sore muscle, and I can usually like massage it out or whatever, but that wasn't happening. So for 2 days I was having this pain, and I wasn't feeling well. I was kind of going in and out of having like fever and chills. And so I'm like, hey mom, I need you to watch my kids. I've got to go to the hospital, to the ER, because I don't know what's going on. And so like in my head, my anxiety head, I thought it was something with my heart, but no, it was pneumonia in my left lung. And so they filled me up with a lot of antibiotics, like vancomycin and cefepime, something like that. And then I had a few more days of oral antibiotics at home. And I was better within the first day or so, and I actually had to like stay in the hospital for about a day and a half. But I am kind of still recovering. I did not realize that it can take anywhere from like a month to 3 months to actually completely heal and overcome pneumonia. So crazy. And the weird thing too is like I've never had pneumonia before. I did not grow up with lung infections, with bronchitis issues, strep throat, none of that. And like all the tests came back negative for like everything else. So was I around a few sick people over the last like that previous month before this happened? Yes. So somewhere along the line, I inhaled a droplet or 2 or 3, whatever, from somebody. And just, droplets that are in the air. And I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing to have happened. And unfortunately, over these last 3-4 weeks now, since it happening, I have struggled with my anxiety. So like any aches and pains that I get, or I hold a lot of stress in my sternum, my chest, and my back. And so when this feels a little bit tighter because I haven't stretched enough, I'm just like, what is it? What's going on? So if anybody else out there like me has experienced stuff like that, anxiety like that, or something that's health related, and then the anxiety comes after it, let me know in the comments down below, because I know I'm not alone in that feeling. So, but I just wanted to talk a little bit about where I've been. I'm a mom of 2. I am busy. I was sick with pneumonia. I really want to put more up on this channel, and I'm going to try to make a little bit more of an effort, because I have a couple of crochet things that are my own patterns that I could share, and just kind of like things that I've been working on. But one thing that has, sort of off topic, but not off topic, one thing that has helped me these last few days with being at home, because I'm kind of in between jobs and there's not a lot happening in my Etsy shop. Just being honest, you guys. moonmysticCottage.etsy.com. Go look if you want to. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in my shop. But crocheting has helped me these last few days to focus on something else to distract me, because I don't exactly live near the significant other in my life, the boyfriend. And it's hard. Like when you don't have other adults in your life to have conversation with and whatnot, like throughout the day, it's hard. Then your mind focuses on everything else happening with yourself. So, but crochet has helped, and then kind of like watching videos and whatnot. So if you're in a situation where you're dealing with anxiety because of whatever it might be, crochet, knitting, sewing, whatever might be something, painting, anything, could be something to kind of help you out. But I wanted to talk about picking a niche. And I am, in some ways, I'm not the best person for this. In some ways, I am a good person for this. I have had a kind of a wide range of experience within different niches on Etsy. I have a digital shop as well that's called Healing Mystic Designs. I'll have these linked down below somewhere you can go take a look if you want to. That was my original shop that was called Happy Babe Handmade. I do talk about this in my very first episode. And I started off with totally different actual handmade items, and then in 2020 transitioned over to digital. That shop kind of has its niche. It still needs a lot more work. I haven't done a lot this last month because I've been having to rest and take my time, and I also have a house to take care of. So, there's only so much time in the day. But in regards to my Moon Mystic Cottage shop, this shop has been a challenge. I enjoy creating. I enjoy being artistic, but there's something about everything that has happened in the last few years of my life, which I'm not going to go into detail right now, but that has made it difficult for me to nail down exactly what I want to be selling and creating. I know I like to crochet. I'm good at crocheting. And I am slowly starting to kind of settle on some specific items to eventually list in my shop. One of them is I developed my own pattern for a little crystal pouch or dice bag pouch, accessory pouch, really, basically, is what it is. And so I'm starting on those. I have 2 made. I'm working on the next color. I have this really awesome, I don't know if you call it mercerized cotton from Lion Brand Yarn. A really cool type of cotton yarn that I think works really great for these bags. And so I have several of those colors and 3 skeins of each color. I had other plans for this, but then that just never happened. So I'm working on these little pouches with that yarn. And then some of my other yarns, I have a teddy bear pattern that is in my shop. But I haven't really done much with it as far as making these teddy bears. But I started looking at all the yarn that I have, which you guys can't see. It's all over here to my side. I don't have a giant collection of yarn compared to a lot of people I see on social media, but it's still reasonable enough that's I got to figure out what to do with this yarn. And so I'm thinking about some ways that I can create teddy bears with some accessory, like a sweater type of thing to go with it, and just maybe try my hand at that. But if you go look at my shop right now, you're going to find wax melts, and then you're going to find these print-on-demand cell phone cases, and a few crochet items, and a few patterns. It's kind of all over the place, and it's not ideal. I am probably going to let the cell phone cases gradually expire, those listings, and let them disappear. I have had a few sales from them, but nothing of significance for me to really make it make sense to keep those listings in my shop, to keep renewing those listings. I don't know, it just doesn't really make sense anymore. And the costs involved with it too, because if you get orders for it, what happens if you don't have quite enough money in your account to cover the cost through the print-on-demand company to send them to production for them to be made? Maybe that could be another video. I don't know. I can talk just a little bit about my experience with Printify. But I really ultimately want my shop to be just about the things that I personally create. And so I'm trying to work on, again, these specific types of categories and products that I really want to put in there. But I've also been how do I make them a little bit more consistent of a look between all the listings? And that is something where I'm thinking I might need to go to Hobby Lobby or something similar that has a lot of just the random type of prop sort of items that would be useful. Just a sec, there we go. That would be good for, having within your images. So then all the images can have this consistency from one to, all the listings can have consistency from one to the next. I want to continue with wax melts, but I am kind of rethinking my approach to them and how I'm going to make them, because I am somebody who does care about the earth, about the environment to a certain degree, and I want to be a little bit more caring and friendly towards it in a sense. And I'm thinking about not doing certain things with the wax melts to make them a little bit more on the minimalist side of things, without all of the extra things added to them. So, but I have some other ideas to go along with that, and I'm not going to give them all away, because why would I do that? I feel like that ruins it, right? When you like tell somebody what you're going to do and then it just never happens. You never do it. So, but in regards to a niche, picking a niche, do you have to pick a niche on Etsy? Well, or just in your small business, I feel like to some degree you do need to. You need to have some type of consistency from one section of your store to the next section of your store. So for example, if you really wanted to get into making lotion bars, you should probably continue along that line and make like chapsticks and make maybe soaps and maybe eventually get into candle making or something like that, If you start off with crochet, try to continue with crochet. If you start off sewing, kitchen aprons, continue along that path of other kitchen related items, and then maybe eventually get into something else, that maybe accessory or home decor or purses, bags, something similar along those lines. And that has been my biggest struggle for myself, because I've been wanting to put this kind of like fun fantasy cottagecore type of vibe into what I do, because I really enjoy that stuff actually. But then it just doesn't quite come across in my product. And that's kind of where I'm like, okay, I need to have more consistency with the images. So I may eventually go get myself some like a little tiny fairy house, or like more woodsy related props that could be used. I have a few things, but not enough. So foliage, things like that. So I do think it's important that we try to have a bit of a niche when it comes to our small businesses. And I think you definitely can go from one sort of category and eventually into another category, but find a way to kind of make it all make sense and come together, whether it's through the props with your images, or maybe it's the color scheme that you go with, or maybe it's your like a mission statement or something related to that kind of ties everything together, or like just a theme. So fantasy theme or rustic or modern or luxe, glitter, like, I don't know, something like that. So I think you can have more than one niche in your shop. I think you absolutely can, but just be thoughtful about how you approach it. So I think that's it. I just wanted to kind of recap some things that were going on lately and talk a little bit about niches and kind of where I'm at. So I'll leave some links down below if you want to go check them out. Thank you for listening to this. Please consider subscribing, leaving a like, leaving a comment. If you have something you would like me to chat about, I can try and give my opinion and experience on. And yeah, I think that's going to be kind of it for this video. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one when I make the next one. Bye.